Hello everyone, welcome. It is the 2nd of October. I'm just in my living room. I know I've been doing this in my kitchen for a long time, but I've been set up at like the coffee table here as like my desk for like the past couple days for a while, so I just figured I'd stay here. Laptop's still here and everything. I think lighting's okay, so. Anyway, we got some pickups for September. I'm going to start with a little stack of original Xbox. I feel like never buy anything for original Xbox anymore. Decided on a couple right here. You're going to notice a theme that we'll get to at least one more game. Just one more game later on. I guess I'll start with those two. There's two Terminator games here. Terminator Dawn of Fate and Terminator 3 The Redemption. Now, The Redemption is the one that you may not have heard of. See, this is why I don't do this, because there's a glare on this. But Terminator 3 Redemption is actually supposed to be pretty good. It's a third-person shooter. Of the three Terminator games on like these 6th generation consoles, I actually heard that this one was pretty good. I've heard that this one here is not so good, but this is especially bad with the glare. I've always liked the look of this cover and everything, and I don't think it looks kind of cool. So I just thought it would be interesting. I gotta watch Terminator 1 and 2 again. Those ones in particular, obviously, are the good ones. But yeah, these cool, nice little complete additions to the Xbox shelf over there. Like I said, I've heard that the Redemption one is solid. Nothing crazy here. This is Outlaw Goals, 9 more holes of Christmas golf. Just some silly little blockbuster, more Outlaw Golf shit. There's only 9 holes on there. Like, it's nothing crazy. But we've got a 187 Ride or Die. It's car combat. It's not the greatest. I've heard it's not particularly good, but it is car combat, and I started to look at it like it's interesting enough, worth picking up. So that's all right. We got Amped. Actually, this goes with this one right here. So this really, NFL Fever 2004 was the one that really got my wheels turning in my head. I got a little bit of nostalgia for the XSN Sports, as you can see right here on the cover here. The XSN Sports, but they all had this cover. I had 2003 for this, but I also had, and I still have now, NBA Inside Drive 2004, Lynx 2004. They did, I think it was 6 altogether that year, and then no more XSN Sports after that. They didn't keep it going, which is a bummer. But, yeah, I thought NFL Fever 2004 was supposed to be the best one, so I have to check that out and verify that soon, but I'm always so interested in that, like, games that weren't Madden, because I'm, like, so familiar with Madden, it gets so, like, boring, like, it just feels like that's sort of, like, the bulk standard, like, that's what football games are, and then you have to, like, go off and find all the other ones to see what they were trying to do. Amped 2 was also from the 2004 lineup of XSN Sports. This is just the first one here, but they're supposed to be pretty solid snowboarding games. Microsoft first-party ones here. I've heard 3 goes really off the rails, because they did keep that one going. And it's just, like, really cartoonishly over the top, like, little cringy self-awareness in it, but, like, I've heard some wacky stuff about that one. And this looks pretty cool right here. I always catch my eye when I see the Dreamcatcher logo there, because it means it's probably a PC game that nobody else got ported to their system. So this is Cold War, and I'm actually playing Black Ops Cold War right now. I don't think this is going to be the same game at all, but there is quite a bit of stealth in Black Ops Cold War, and that's what this game mostly is, so I don't think I'm going to be very good at it, but I do think that Cold War stuff is always really interesting, so thought I'd grab that since it's the only console it's on. We got a couple other things here. A few things I just got, like one for a system that maybe I haven't bought much for in a while. I've bought PS1 games recently, but MIB, the series Crashdown, Men in Black. So this kind of goes back to some of the other stuff and some of the other things that we'll see going forward with the rest of the pickups here. I've been watching a lot of G-Man Lives on YouTube, particularly why I'm playing Black Ops Cold Wars, because I watched his video going over all the the campaigns, and I reminded myself I do like Call of Duty campaigns. Like, you can't get away from that. But he played all the first-person shooters on the PS1, and this one, which always looked like garbage to me, actually looked really cool, and he had some nice things to say about it. So I was really, really interested in it because I don't think I've ever thought any Men in Black game looked good at all. So that'd be cool to check out. He said it was pretty solid. And I took the jewel case right off of its thing. Okay. One Xbox Series X game. It's Halo Infinite. This is down to like $20 now, so I really do love Halo, and I wanted to play the campaign in this, so I will do that at some point shortly. That's all I really have to say about that. Is it's Halo. I'm trying to get through this quick. I have so much like work and other shit to do right now, so I'll talk about it at the end. What I'm trying to get over, trying to put over myself. Birds of Steel for the PS3. This is actually published by Konami. It's just another World War II air combat simulator, and it looks pretty decent. Looks interesting. It says over 100 real life World War II planes, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just not one I see a lot. But it has like real like World War II like accuracy stuff. So speaking of things you don't see a lot, Trauma Team! This is the third of the 3 Trauma games on the Wii. The other 2, New Blood and Second Opinion, you see fairly often. But Trauma Team is not one I see very much, so I made sure to pick this one up the most recent time I saw it, which we just did. We've got some PS5 titles, including one more Terminator game. Again, G-Man Lives, and also the Terminator thing. He said that this game was pretty good. And that was what made me go, like, ooh, actual good Terminator games. Like, I'd love to see that. So, I picked this up, and I picked the other one up, and I grabbed that Dawn of Fate one just because I always thought it looked cool. So, yeah. Terminator Fate. This is actually Terminator Resistance Enhanced Edition. It was originally on PS4, and I think it also... There's a lot of, like, Terminator licensed stuff going on the last, like, couple years, and I think that this had something to do with, like, an iPhone game and an arcade shooter Terminator game, and I don't know how much crossover there is with this game, but this looks like a straightforward first-person shooter, so it's probably, like, on its own, but we'll see. You got PGA Tour 2K23. This was actually just on free PS Plus game last month, and that's why I dropped in price so much, and I really wanted to pick it up. So, of course, I was already able to play it, and it's like $15 now. I really wanted to just pick it up for the collection, and I did. And this is... I actually don't know very much about this at all. I just thought it was cool looking, and it had like a big book in it. It's Under the Waves. Under the Waves. Apparently this has something to do with... I think it's... Quantic Dream's name is on this somewhere. They didn't make it, though. It's not like a big project or something from them. But yeah, it's a story game. It looks like Abzu with like more story to it. Is basically what it looks like. And also, you're in like a little sub under the sea and exploring like the depths of the ocean, and nothing can go ever wrong with stuff like that, right? So that was a little funny too. It also comes with a like sticker sheet here and a little book, little art book. So stuff in there. Cool, nice little package. It was like 20, 25, 30 bucks, something like that. So, a PS5 game comes out that's like that. Definitely catches my interest. And we got 2 more cartridges, actual cartridges, right? And then we got some Switch games. I got Gradius Galaxies. It took a lot. I don't have a label on this, but it's just that it took me a lot to not buy this complete in box the way it just came in, because I have so much Gradius that I don't really play. But Gradius Galaxies for the GameBoy Advance, it is an original title to the extent that Gradius games, after the first 3 or 4 had been made, can be truly original. But it's for the Advance and it's not on anything else, so that's cool. And we have The Great Circus Mystery. This is the Mickey's Disney Magical Quest 2, which is on Genesis and Super Nintendo. The first one, where like you might see him as like a firefighter. There was a Nintendo Power cover that has that like Mickey as a firefighter thing. This is the second one of those. So it's a Capcom game. It's supposed to be, probably pretty good. And then lastly, we have some Switch games. Starting with, I'm actually going to start with, for another great first-person shooter, let's talk about Warhammer 40k Boltgun. What a great, amazing little boomer shooter this is. Oh my god, it's so fast, and it's so violent, and it's so bloody, and you just gotta love it. It's got all the boomer shooter stuff in it. It's got, it's actually got a weird art style. It's like 3D, but everything has like pixels like flying off of it. You got only a handful of weapons, but they all feel really, really good to fire, so that's fun. You got your, like, I don't know what they call them because I don't know Warhammer stuff, but it's the, like, chainsaw blade, like that thing. Does it say what it is on it? No, it just says blast and shred the heretics. Yeah, you can slice people up with that. And you find keys and open doors and stuff, and there's bosses sometimes that are bullet sponges. Get that for whatever thing you can get it on. Atari Mania, this is actually a limited run title. This is a little adventure game, sort of like a golf story or something like that, that uses like Atari games and the classic stuff like that. I'll basically take anything that uses those in a new context. I'm always down for that. So that was cool. Yeah. We've got, speaking of old stuff that might not really be worth the plastic it's printed on, but this is Taito Milestones 1. This is only worth it for the price that I paid for it, which is like $11 on Amazon. Because I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Taito Legends games. There's 2 of them from PS2 and Xbox, and PC as well. And their library is incredible. And it's a bunch of stuff that never got printed anywhere else. No ports, no nothing like that. Or if they did on like Genesis, they're really expensive. This has 10 games. It has 10 games, and like a couple of them are older than they have any right to really be charging for. But you get Ninja Warriors. You get Ninja Warriors for like $11. So that's what that is. That's the only reason I bought that. I was like, you can get $11. I can do that. Hyper Sentinel. This is the latest VGNY soft release. So, of course, I got the Elite Edition with the shiny cover and the manual. I haven't played it yet, of course. I haven't played most of them, actually, but I will not miss a release from them because it's cool to be able to have them where we work or at the store and to buy them. And no surprises, it's another shoot 'em up. So, of course, I was going to buy it anyway. I don't even know how to differentiate them at this point. Like, they publish a lot of shoot 'em ups. It's cool. I feel like a lot of people are getting tired of it. I'm not. I'll keep buying them. I finally gave in, and I bought AEW Fight Forever. Mostly, I was actually sold this on false pretense because I was under the impression that the Danhausen DLC was out the day that I bought it, and it wasn't. It was actually not out until this coming week. It's fun, and the wrestling is really good. The engine is really, really good. That's about all I can really say about it. And lastly, we've got Holy Potatoes Compendium, which I got on Amazon for like $23, and it's the badge edition, so it comes with these little cute, adorable little badges. They're all like management games, which I'm not like the most into, but they look pretty cute. That's it. I just wanted to say, I'll put it in the description, of course, but I have a new website that I'm writing up, putting all my N64 reviews on, called ntndo64.com. That's my license plate. Please go check it out. Click on the link, and I'll see you next time.